And because it's moving south, it's going to be right around Pleasant Mount around 6 o'clock. So this is not uncommon when we're talking about tropical storms, hurricanes. Of course, Tropical Storm Henri made landfall earlier today in westerly Rhode Island. So again, not uncommon because of that shifts in the wind direction, that change in the wind direction. That is why we do see tornadic activity and some of that rotation when again, we're talking about tropical storms. That Tropical Storm Henri making landfall earlier today in New England, of course, in westerly Rhode Island, but we're starting to see those outer bands continuing to move towards the south, and as Tropical Storm Henri continues to move north. But a little bit of a closer look, we're dealing with heavy rain, of course, even some hail within this stronger thunderstorm. And again, the National Weather Service is seeing that radar indicated rotation, which is why that tornado warning is now in effect for about 9 more minutes until 6 o'clock. And right around Pleasant Mount, we are expecting that stronger thunderstorm with that rotation. I get 6 o'clock for the Pleasant Mount area. So that tornado warning in effect, and that is why we are on just a couple of minutes early. So getting ready to go on for the 6 o'clock news, and that warning was just issued. So again, going over some things, some safety things with the flying debris. Can be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes can be damaged and destroyed. Damaged roofs, windows, vehicles also can occur, and tree damage is likely with this rotation that we are seeing within this stronger storm. Heavy rain, of course, as well. So like I mentioned a few minutes ago, that strong storm, the Doppler radar was tracking that strong thunderstorm moving south, and there was that broad rotation, winds in excess of 30 to 40 miles an hour within this stronger thunderstorm with that radar indicated rotation. So I do want to go back and show you where we are seeing that tornado warning, again, for the northwestern part of Wayne County, so Pleasant Mount included in it, and that storm is expected to be over Pleasant Mount within the next couple of minutes, within the next 8 or so minutes. So I want to go to the control room now. Do we have Kurt? It does look like he's over on Max 2 from home. I'm not sure if we were able to get in touch with him. No, we weren't. Okay, so again, this is not uncommon with Tropical Storm Henri did make landfall earlier today, and you can see this is a satellite and radar zoomed out. You can see within the last couple of hours, I've got this on a 4-hour loop, the rain, the outer bands, that heavier rain really now into northeastern Pennsylvania. So here in our backyard, we've started to see that rain really picking up, becoming steadier and heavier, and because of this rotation, again, the shift in the wind direction is common when tropical storms make landfall like we have seen earlier today. Those change in those wind directions, again, create that rotation, which is what we're seeing now, which is why this tornado warning is in effect for a couple more minutes. So let's go over some tornado safety. Again, heading for your basement. The basement or the lowest level of your home is the safest place to be. If you don't have a basement, get as many walls between you and the outdoors as possible, so away from any windows. Again, excuse me, the most interior part of your home. If you do not have a basement, getting under a table can help, putting your helmet on, anything to protect your head, again, because flying debris is the biggest concern within that rotation, within anything tornadic activity. And you, of course, can turn up your TV. And we should be streaming live. I'm not sure. Let me see if I can get confirmation from the desk if we're streaming live on Facebook, but definitely making sure you turn up your TV, and we'll be on if there is a tornado warning in effect. Again, Tropical Storm Henri did make landfall earlier today in westerly Rhode Island, and the tornadic activity, not uncommon when we do see that tropical storm activity. You can see this on a loop of the last couple of hours as it continues to move towards the north. Still at a tropical storm. It's a weakening tropical storm. We have sustained wind speeds at about 40 miles an hour within that storm. And that's, again, a weakening tropical storm, becoming a tropical depression, anything lower than 39 miles an hour. But a closer look, within the last several hours, we've seen that heavier rain filtering into northeastern Pennsylvania, so east of Interstate 81. Definitely seeing those pockets of those steadier and heavier rain, especially now in Wayne County. And again, we do have that tornado warning in effect for northwestern Wayne County, Pleasant Mount included in that. So seeing that broad rotation, radar indicated rotation, winds of in excess of 30 miles an hour, but because of that rotation, that shift in those wind direction, again, flying debris is what's most dangerous within this type of storm, and it's moving southwest at about 15 miles an hour. Let me just read what the National Weather Service is saying about this storm. Again, a couple more minutes, about 5 more minutes of this tornado warning that's in effect for northwestern Wayne County. And we're just getting ready to go on the air at 6 o'clock, so we'll continue right with your news if this tornado warning does expire right at 6 o'clock. Again, that rotation is broad within this storm. It's a stronger thunderstorm, heavy rain though associated with it. And we have flash flood watches in effect for most of eastern Pennsylvania until actually 8 o'clock tomorrow. So not only dealing with wind, of course, within this storm, but also some pretty heavy rain. And you can see that heavy rain all the way up and down north and from the north to the south of Wayne County into Pike County as well, down into Monroe County. Those pockets of yellow and orange. Of course, that is some very steady and heavy rain that is going to continue for a couple more hours. And I'll zoom out again and show you, this was Tropical Storm Henri that made landfall as that tropical storm earlier today in westerly Rhode Island. So once this tropical activity, tropical storms, hurricanes, once they do make landfall, again, it's that shift in that wind direction that does create that tornadic activity. So not uncommon to see tornado warnings, to see rotation once these types of storms do make landfall, which is what we're seeing this evening. So a closer look, again, farthest north and east, northeastern Pennsylvania, definitely seeing that steadiest and heaviest rain. Right now, within the last few hours, really starting to see that heaviest rain develop. Some hail even within that storm, especially in Wayne County, and again, some broad rotation. So the National Weather Service did issue that tornado warning because of that broad rotation at about 5:50, and it does remain in effect for about 3 more minutes. Again, right over Pleasant Mount, we could be seeing some of that broad rotation, some of that flying debris. And I'll just show you those safety tips one more time before we see that tornado warning expire at 6 o'clock. You want to make sure you are getting to the basement. If you have one, the basement is the safest place to be. And if you don't have a basement, just to the lowest level of your home, getting in as many walls between you and the outdoors as possible, so away from any windows if possible. And protecting your head, of course, getting under a table, covering your head with a pillow or a helmet, because flying debris, again, is our biggest concern within any rotation, with any tornadic activity, and just making sure you're turning up your TV, contacting anybody who may be in this part of Wayne County, northwestern part of Wayne County, in and around the Pleasant Mountain area right now. So we have about 2 more minutes of this tornado warning. And again, the rotation that the movement that we're seeing, this steadier and heavier rain, is towards the south and west. So we'll see if the National Weather Service does continue any sort of severe thunderstorm or tornado warnings, but we're really just seeing that steadiest and heaviest rain continuing to push into our area. So towards the Scranton area, into Wilkes-Barre, definitely starting to see some of that heavier rain now as well. And that flash flood watch for most of eastern Pennsylvania remains in effect through tomorrow. So flooding is also a concern as this steadier and heavier rain continues to develop and filter in and move through our area through the next several hours tonight and overnight. So we do have about 1 more minute of this tornado warning. The news, of course, starts at 6 o'clock, so we'll get the control room ready for that. And we'll, of course, be back on if there are any more tornado warnings through the rest of the evening.
Newswatch 16 is sponsored by your local Ford stores. Check out Ford's full lineup and build your new vehicle at buyfordnow.com today.